everybody, and welcome to the start of a weekend stream of joy. Well, an evening screen of joy, actually, to be fair, where we are playing lots and lots of different games back to back to celebrate my, well, it was originally going to be my, well done, we've got 5,000 subscribers. However, on Tuesday or Monday, YouTube done an account cleanse where they go around and they get rid of closed accounts and stuff, or like spam accounts. So I'm back under 5,000 subs. So today is a collection of different game streams where we're going to celebrate around 5,000 subscribers. So thanks so much for staying with me, and I appreciate it all the time. So we're going to kick off with some F1 2017 in Korea. We're off to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Qualifying was really interesting. In Q3, I went out on the dry tyres and everyone else went out on inters because the DRS was still on. But I had a bit of a slidey lap, so qualified higher than I thought I was going to, but the inter people still beat me.
Hi, it's Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Really? So 9th or higher, beat Ocon, okay. I think we may have a chance at this. I know lots of people say Monza is really, really simple. I struggle around this circuit, and I always have done across almost every single F1 game ever. So that's disappointing. Oh, hang on. Just for people that like it, I've also put in a tyre wear development for Singapore because everyone knows that I'm shite at my tyres. And McLaren were the only people to bring upgrades here. They are still at the back of the grid because it's Monza though. So let's dive into the race. And yeah, first game of many today. Hope you've all bought some snacks and some drink and some alcohol. The quality of the streaming will go downhill as we approach the evening. I plan to be quite plastered. Which is why I was like, do the driving game now. Before it descends into chaos. A bit like turn 1 at Monza with me.
The Italian. Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up.
Okay.
Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside in P2 is Sebastian Vettel. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Ricciardo, Valtteri Bottas, and Renault. Massa, Verstappen, Grosjean, and Daniel Kvyat. Perez, Ocon, Lance Stroll, and Magnussen. Sainz, Alonso, Pascal Wehrlein, and Marcus Ericsson. Van Dorn and Nico Hulkenberg completes the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
You can run side by side into the Rettifilio, but don't brake too late on these cold tyres or you will hit someone.
It's almost like Jeff knows who I am.
Who we call you and Renault now? Lol.
Oh, hey, so. Yes. You can call me Renault. You can, depending on what takeaway you're buying me, you can call me whatever you want. Not fussy. Right, let's see. Because I don't like the mediums around this circuit. So I do kind of think a two-stop is probably better, especially because I'll probably lose a front wing because it's me. And I will probably also chew up my tyres because I'm just cack at tyre wear around this circuit. I'm too aggressive. Same with fuel. Oh, actually, that's a good point. Fuel. Let's bump it up a little bit because I find it's faster to carry more fuel and run at a higher mix rate than it is to carry less fuel. There's a tip for you.
Right,
Just
let's
the tip.
get the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
I also did 2 laps on my super softs to get into Q3, so my tyres should in theory be 1 lap worse than everyone else off the start, so yay! Can't wait. Schmiffel's gonna crash it! Schmiffel's gonna crash it! Yeah, 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 yeah! To be fair though, this AI still drives much better than most of the leagues that I've raced in over the last couple of years. Lol. Hashtag brake test. Now who's messaging me? Whoever that was messaging me back. Too late. Twitter message. Right. Let's get going. Yo, Brutus. Quick swig of cola before we bin it. Ah. Inappropriate sniffy.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, Jeff. I've kept on flashbacks. I thought it'd be wise. Oh dear. That was all a bit competent. Hello, whoever that was. Ooh! Ah, Chimpy, hey. Don't do it! Do it! Don't. Ah! I'm not even. Hacks. Hang on. Sorry. Ooh. That was even worse, wasn't it? I'll take that. I should know when and when not to do bits and bobs. I deserved to lose that place. Okay, come on, Schmiffels. Take each other off, take each other off, take each other off. Ooh, AI. Looking all competent and racy.
Just got back from night yesterday. So this is my way
That's
to
a
get
decent
rid of
start.
tiredness.
Good job.
Like by watching me lose front wings all day long. Hamilton. Hulkenberg's done quite well off the line as well. More information.
We've got more than 50 laps of fuel left.
No!
Comfortably above target on the fuel load. We have spare fuel to use.
Jeff. So I'm really fast compared to the AI at least, around the parabolica around this lap, but other corners I'm not so great. But I kind of gain about 4/10 in that corner alone, so it kind of makes me a bit out of place compared to the AI everywhere else.
Say
More updates.
Copy.
Thank you. I need to be informed. This is going to be a strategic race. Probably the best I've ever taken Parabolica.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
Hi, Jeff! Leave that tyre there. Oh, Danny Rick. You beauty. I hate that chicane so much. I don't think I've ever quite worked out how to take that in all of my years of racing. I feel like I want to just like leap over the curves and go all like Rallycross arcade, and because in easy racing games you can, and then you have to remember you can't in other racing games. Frustration! Yes, those Ferraris and Red Bulls are faster than me, I think. Find that apex. Find it!
So the gap to our teammate is 11.2 seconds.
Good.
How did you qualify?
I qualified in 7th. But Q3 was... it started off spitting with rain just on the cusp of changing onto inters. So I went out on dries and got... But I was the only one that went out. And I got a lap in and I was like, wah, everyone's going to be slower than me because they're all going to be on inters. And they weren't. When they went on the inters, it was basically, we was all bang on the same time. So I was probably slightly higher than where I would have qualified. But by about a position or two. Oh. So yeah, so whilst we're all here, what do people think of the new Haas and the new Williams?
Really good. You're managing it well.
I quite like the look of the new Williams. I think it looks aggressive and angry elf. Oh Christ. Oh Christ. Ouch!
Myers is disgusting. I like the Williams.
Our gap to first place is 5.2 seconds.
Yeah, Williams looks nice. I don't like the Haas. I think the Haas looks even more boring than usual. Come on, we've got this. We can do this.
Halo ruins them.
Schmiffers!
Sharkfish is gone.
Yeah, I like seeing the Halo
Sharkfin was amazing.
in different ways. As well. I don't mind the shark fin. It needed to be sculpted so it looked more like, I don't know, a shark dong. I don't know what it needed to be sculpted into, but if they'd have made it not just look like someone had put a plank of wood on the top of the car, I think it would have been all right. Oh Christ, Christ! I think Hamilton might have won this race by default. Ah, and Si, actually, you popped into. I didn't even realise that there is 2 types of intermediate tyre this year. Where did that happen? You popped into Facebook about the Mercedes video on tyres, so I was watching it and I was like, there's 2 compounds? Who knew? I'm assuming that they just have different treads of wetness.
It's the first of a Paddy Low car this year. I found about that asphalt from the same video about it too. Yeah, I didn't know about that as well. Knew about the new drives though.
Yeah. But it just kind of begs the question, why don't you call it?
Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Jeff? Keep current.
Confirmed.
We're not coming in on lap 6. Oh Christ. That was a bit cheeky, Sniffles. Yeah, it does kind of beg the question though, why don't you just bring back monsoon tyres and call the wet tyres monsoons, call the other inters wets, and then just have the inters? I mean, they know how to name tyres in a meme-friendly way. They've got super hards. What more do they want? Stay back, Kimmy, stay back. Thank you.
What are the difference between the two again?
I don't know. One was called, like, I think it was soft and base. I think they were called. You'll have to dive back into the video and check. But it just seemed, that seems unnecessarily complicated because they're both called intermediate. Call them something different.
Right, some information on Hamilton. They have some kind of mechanical problem.
Yes! Hamilton! Just be rubbish. Please.
Caution, caution.
We're in the lead! Oh,
Track
that's...
is clear. Green flag.
I think that's caused a bit of carnage there. There's another car that's stopped and stuck behind Hamilton. You can't even do a mechanical car without causing trouble.
Virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta.
Oh, don't do that. That means he's going to get away with it.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
We're good. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, you bitch!
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the softs.
Have that. Yeah, I genuinely don't even know what Haas are doing in F1 this year. I'm very confused at the whole thing. I know we talk about it quite a bit on the Failcast, but yeah, it was just, the car looks boring. I can't see where they're going to improve. They're moaning about problems which you'll only moan about because you don't build your own car fully. So yeah, sort it out, arse.
Ours is a mess.
Oh, that was skiddy. What's our tyres like? Ah, okay, well, not too bad tyre-wise. I thought we'd be worse. Oh! Rotas, no. Let's get us.
The gap to teammate is 16.0 seconds.
Hate that chicane. What's next to launch, actually? I can't remember. Everyone kind of all launches at the same time, I think, don't they? Pretty much. Oh, I don't feel positive about this.
Red Bull.
Ah, okay. That will be boring because the car will look exactly the same. I'm using a lot of time with this.
Your pit window is now open.
Oh!
Just with
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
What happened? Let me know you're okay.
Can we just take a little look at that? Yep. I knew it. What a cunt. Did I move across? No. Uh-oh! Boom! I feel like this is a photo mode opportunity. Just whilst we're here. Let's
Such
make
a Merc thing to do.
such a Merc thing to do. Let's enjoy Simon's love life in an F1 crash picture. I do like the stuff there. But yeah, right, back we go. I'm not having that. Teammate.
Our gap to our teammate is 16.8 seconds. They're on old super softs. The time last lap was a 1:29.6.
I feel like I could do another lap or two and get away with this.
You need to pit in this lap.
Oh!
I've lost you.
Okay, we're in.
Exit now.
Cool, right, we're right in the thick of it.
Okay, you only have to stop once now. One stop left.
Sorry, Marcus. Alright. So that must be Verstappen who got hit then by Hamilton when he slowed. Because that looked like a Red Bull getting round someone. Oh, the sudden amount of grip. Love it. Right, let's rich mix free this for a minute. Oof. Surprised that didn't get me a penalty. Right, it's Waffle Van Dorn. Or, if you are Michael Douglas, Waffle Van Dorn there. If anyone's seen the McLaren documentary, oh my Christ. Michael Douglas butchering poor Stoffel's name all the way through made me giggle to no end.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Good for now, mate. Stoffel's got DRS. Oh, that was a bit brave. But we done it. Right, next. Oh, someone's in the pits up ahead. Who is that?
Distance to teammate 6.9 seconds.
No, but they're beating us out of the pits. Oh, it's Brotas, of course it is. Ah, Stroll. Now, what tyre is Bottas on? Let's go for you here. Oh. Oh, I should really let that back through, but I can't be bothered. I feel like this game is out to get me today. Cheeky, I know, I know. It's the almost 5,000 subscriber stream day. I'm not going to play by all of the rules. Ah! No! Again. I'm so sorry. Nice tank slapper. Yeah. Teach me for starting off with cider at midday. Mr. Bulk is at the head of this, so it's us and Bottas that seems to be two-stopping. I think everyone else is trying to hold out for a one-stop and go to the mediums. Oh, we're proper overdriving. Schmiffage. Let's calm it down. Calm it down. Bottas past K-Mag. Ooh, Hulkenberg's pulling away from that lot. No! He was leading!
Gap to car in front is 2.0 seconds.
No one wants to win this race. Oh, there's another yellow flag there as well.
Question. How many
Oh,
victories
1,000.
Ohio's going to have this year?
Okay, clear.
How many watts? Oh, hang on. I'll read that once we've got back out again of this little yellow flag shenanigan. How many liveries will they have? I don't know, actually. I think they'll stay the same. Unless they actually get some, I don't know, sponsors. Wow, a double Ferrari retirement all on the same lap. Crazy.
The gap to the car behind is 4.6 seconds.
Oh, this is not helping. Oh, this is. Oh, what is going on with the car? Sorry. This is my... It's my fault. I think I've got my not caring head on today. Oh! Oh!
Okay, this is Jeff.
Let's not do that either! Right, come on. Okay, Mag. Right, we're running out of places where we can actually do a flashback, so let's drive properly. There we go. Amazing how they're on super softs. and still going. So they're clearly one-stopping. Either onto the medium, or maybe they can do it on the softs. They've got much better tyre wear than I have. Who's next?
Power from the engine is going to be down slightly. It's showing some minor wear.
Of course it is.
Well, a new engine for practice men.
Something like that. Although I swap all my engine parts out for practice for older things, so yeah. I then put in the least worn parts that I have for a race. Alright. So it's still Bottas and ourselves, but it's Monsieur Hulkenberg who is next. Who, from last on the grid, has done a rather good job. And actually, I guess it's Ricciardo, Bottas and me for the win, potentially. Potential outside Force India for it as well, because they were keeping the Red Bulls honest in practice, just they got the quali wrong.
So the gap to our teammate is 2.8 seconds.
Ooh, yellow flag in the chicane. Smithy. That's definitely now Bottas' advantage. We are out of the DRS range. On our own race now, I think. Let's see what happens. Come on, teammate. You know you want to give me that position. Super softs? How's he managed that? I'd have exploded the bloody things by now. Alright, someone's pitting. Who is it and what are they doing? Ah, Grosjean super softs, Ricardo softs. Ooh, I wonder if he's going to try and make it all the way to the end.
The car behind has come in. They're now on the soft tyre. Softs on the car behind.
Thanks, Jeff.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
Keep current.
Got that confirmed.
Because there is no way we are doing that many laps on a pair of tyres like that. Ooh, DRS, nice. I'll have me some of that, thank you. Save, get us back some of our engine lacking that's losing us a few tenths a lap. So that must mean it's Force India up front leading. It's got to be.
Our gap behind is 3.1 seconds.
Ooh, yellow flags again.
Caution, caution.
What is going on out here today?
Safety car, safety car. No overtaking.
Oh, Bottas
Reduce your
out.
pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Oh, this is
Nico is in the pits.
well, it's not a
Drop your
disaster,
speed,
but
our delta is too low and we'll risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
oh, keep current. Keep current.
Okay, copy that.
Oh shit. Because we aren't going to make it home. We're going to have to go mediums if we pit. Carlos Sainz is in second? What? Oh, what a nightmare. Mediums.
Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
Stop this lap.
Currently, the fastest lap is a 1 minute 26.8.
Box.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
This could be the worst decision ever. No, Sainz has done it as well.
Go now.
Okay, I feel less shit.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
This race is crazy ass. Oh, I tell you who this does bring back into play, Lewis Hamilton. And Max Verstappen. Crumbs. Ouch. Yeah, no, this was the right decision. But if there's another safety car later on, it might be worthwhile coming back off this and onto the softs again. So what's the race order? Just out of pure interest, because I've got no idea what's going on. You've got Ocon. Wow, what a weird and random. Okay. Collision with safety car. Amazing. Oh, I don't like Hamilton being back up with us all again.
Let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap.
Okay.
When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
A Ferrari double DNF.
On the
What
same
happened?
on the same lap, they just both pulled over, James. Hey James, by the way. But yeah, they just pulled over, one before the parabolica and one after.
Give that position back. We are under safety
What?
car conditions and cannot overtake.
No! Do you know what? Something's gone really horribly wrong with this game today. ghosting me out because everyone else is going slow. Don't you dare. Oh God.
Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
Right, mix free. Let's get this going
Picking up to the
straight
leader is
off.
2.7 seconds.
No, not. Oh, pinball. Sorry, Carlos. But Magnussen hit me and I hit you. Yeah, so that happened. Hamilton was leading, had a mechanical problem, pitted, was last and almost lapped when this safety car came out.
My YouTube stopped working, so I can't watch.
Oh no. Sorry to hear that. Your comments are still working though. Something's going on up ahead. Christ, what are they all doing? That was a bit cheeky, but we done it. Come on. Oh, I don't like the look of any of that going on up ahead. Ah, shit.
We're seeing minor damage to the front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this worse.
That was entirely my fault, so I'm quite happy to keep going with that one. Ah!
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us.
It's the 5,000 subs episode. That's why we're doing all of these replay
The
galores.
front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse. We're considering
Oh, fuck off. Sorry. Too much alcohol before I started the stream. Right. I hate that chicane with a passion.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Ooh, that really is gonna cause me a problem. Oh, I should have flashed back that as well. It just feels extra cheeky, the amount of flashbacks I've done this race already.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Good.
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target target +1.
I feel strangely like this is going to be carnage! No! So that must mean that Perez is leading this race.
I have just subscribed. I was searching YouTube for videos of a game called N, and N is shell-shocked. I don't remember making A.
Yeah! I do love a bit of a... Thank you very much for the subscription. I really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Yeah, great. Well, it's not a great game at all. It's a Crash Bandicoot rip-off, but I do like that game. And I've been busy playing with all of my cables. Today was supposed to be the 5,000 subs big stream where I was going to be playing lots of old games, but my cables are still not working properly, so I need to sit and play with them. But yeah, there will be plenty more PS1 and PS2 games coming in the future. Oh, it's Ocon that's leading, not Perez. There's a couple of M&M games actually. I've got one on PS2 which I think is almost identical. Oh my god.
You need to slow down before...
Ah! I'm really sorry. Huh?
Understood, copy that.
Okay.
The gap to the car ahead is 3.8 seconds.
Way faster. See if I can drop some people with the richer fuel load for a lap or so. I mean, if that was it. Man does Oh, Max does drones. Cool. I'll have a look.
My favorite game from age 2. I had never played Crash Bandicoot, and looking back on your footage, it does blatantly rip it off. Can't.
Oh, if you like the M&M games, you'll love the Crash Bandicoot games. Oh, Hamilton, stop it. You're going to ruin it for everyone. This is supposed to be a Red Bull or Renault or Force India win, not a Mercedes one.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.7 seconds.
Sitting target. Sitting duck, rather. Car in front.
Ricardo is ahead of you. Okay, gap ahead is 4.4 seconds. You're falling back by 1/10 a lap. The time last lap was a 1:27.3.
Oh, who's that in the pits? I wonder if that was one of the Haas's, actually. That makes me happy because that means there is potential for Ocon to be pitting. I don't think Danny Rick will be pitting though. Or Verstappen. Oh, ouch. Sorry. Thinking back on PS1 platformers, actually, I'd really love for them to try and do a Pandemonium 3.
Gap to car in front is 5.1 seconds.
I think that way of doing a 2.5D platform adventure has kind of gone by the wayside because it was such a unique perspective, but I loved those games. Ooh, that's a terrible corner. I think we're in trouble! Oh, Ricardo's got around Ocon.
Ricardo's taken the lead.
What he has. Ooh. Wow, we're trashing our tyres. Oh, Verstappen's pitted. Okay, right.
Have you ever made a video on the PlayStation 1 game called Penny Racers? It's an abstract racing game. I think it's Japanese. I used to play.
So that game came out on PS1 and PS2. I don't have the PS1 version, but I think, and I'll have to check, but I'm 90% sure I've got the PS2 version, and I'm sure they're identical. So no, I haven't made videos of it yet, but I will do. My problem at the moment is my capture card that I used to do PS1, PS2 and PS3 games broke. And it had problems basically where the audio would only ever come out of the left ear, and I was like, oh. So I got a new capture card, but new capture cards don't seem to really do very well on old consoles. It's almost like they don't think that people want to do retro console stuff anymore. So I had to then go and find an older capture card to get it sorted out, which I've done, and it seems to work fine for PS1 games, albeit it's a bit I think it's a bit grainy, so I kind of sit there and think, oh, I want to make sure that it's perfect, but it seems to really struggle with PS2 games, and it flickers, and I don't really know why, because it knows that it's a PAL game because I'm based in the UK, and it knows what the frame rates of everything is and everything like that. So I don't see why it would flicker, but it's really disappointing. So once I've got to the bottom of it, this channel will become far more retro based again, because my idea is to play through and do game videos on all the games that I own, and I've got about 6,000, something like that, because I've never thrown anything away from an old console, and then I would go around basically all the pre-owned shops where they when a console's about to go out of date, and you can get like 5 games for £10, and that was how I used to collect all of my PS2 games and PS3 games. Now I'm in a decently paid job. It lets me keep up with PS4 and Steam, but
The gap to the car ahead is 4.0 seconds.
but what I'll do is I'm going to note that down, Max, so that so that I know that it's been requested, so that it goes to the top of the list for when it does work. So sorry, I can't do it now, but as soon as I've got the tech problem sorted, I'll have something up for you. Any other requests, do let me know. Oh dear.
Favorite Codemasters F1 game?
Favourite Codemasters F1 game? I'm going to say this one. This is my favourite. It's the most competent one of the lot.
Okay, gap to leader 9.0 seconds.
Followed by maybe last year, F1 2016,
Gap behind is 6.7 seconds.
and then F1 2013. I really liked F1 2013. That was where the classics were in, so you got to play with Brands and Jerez, Estoril. I really think they're missing a trick by not getting other circuits in for like creating your own thing. I love that they've done the alternate layouts, although I wish that they'd scaled them properly. And I love with this game, and that they need to implement it properly for F1 2018, where you can make your own championship, so that you've got like a reverse grid race 2 and all of those different stats, because it's clearly there ready and waiting to go because it's in the championship mode. So just let us have control of that, And instead of doing a career mode, which is what I do every year, I might try and do like a GP2 style championship with like a sprint and feature race, that kind of stuff, just so that it's different for people. Because whilst I love these F1 games, I can imagine after years of me doing career modes and stuff like that, people might get a bit bored of seeing me drive around in the midfield every year, driving mediocrely.
The gap to teammate is 8.7 seconds.
Oh, okay, we're going to be okay with tyre wear then. That's good. So sadly, do I think will be Ocon
Our
and...
gap to the car in front is 6.2 seconds.
Ricardo. I'm still not convinced that we've not seen the last of Hamilton.
What about Psygnosis or the F1 games?
Ooh, Psygnosis Games. Yes, now you're talking. Whoever that, is that James? Yeah. Ah, F1 97. F1 97 all the way. Ah, that game was well, it wasn't perfection, but you had Jerez and Estoril as an extra track because they didn't know which one or both was going to be in the season. The tyre wear compounds were all over the shop because you had the tyre war, so different races had different teams doing well or not well in them. You had visors that got dirty. Like that's barely ever been a thing, I think, since in an F1 game. Martin Brundle and Murray Walker doing commentary for the first time together. Failures, even though they were randomised, which I used to find slightly annoying actually, because it wasn't me that necessarily controlled it. I don't think it just seemed to be randomly generated. But I loved that. I loved the handling of it all. It was grand. So yeah, that was my favourite one. Then I would go for F1 99, which was the first one by Sony Studios, wasn't it? The original F1 was amazing. Also, remember in those games you used to be able to change the commentary. If you changed the language of the menus, you changed the language of the commentary at the same time. So like my mum used to find it hilarious that there was an F1 driver called Gerhard Berger, because she's like, oh, Berger. So if I knew that she was like cleaning around and I was playing that game as a kid, I used to switch it into German, because the guy then there used to go Gerhard Berger, and she would just be killing herself laughing. Such an easily amused lady. Love it. F1 98 was a complete disaster in my opinion, because that was when, is it Video Systems? I'm pulling this out of the top of my head, so it could all be wrong. Who just could not make an F1 game to save their life. Terrible draw distance and frame rate, and the audio was really, really like all the way through. It was just an awful game. Although it was the only game that actually put in the 107% rule and made it work properly. Oh, Hulkenberg's to fourth! Yay! I think. EA games, I'm going to go with F1 Career Mode. Or Career, whatever it was called. Where it done 99 to 2002. I love the concept that it actually teams and liveries and drivers and tracks changed over the course of it all. I do think that's really, really nifty. And something I think Codemasters could do well to take advantage of. If they still own all the licenses for all of this and they've got carte blanche, if they still have the license at the end of 2020, then they should do F1 Decade Edition, and you can just play all of the teams, drivers and tracks
7.0 seconds.
from 2010 onwards. And mind you, they owned the 09 series, I think, as well. It was on the Wii, wasn't it? But yeah, I'd murder for some DLC track packs. That's how you'd milk more dosh out of me for these games. The Sony ones I think peaked with F1 Championship Edition with 06. Because they implemented some really weird systems that I really disliked, and it got to its worst, I think in 2004, where your acceleration was mapped to how hard you pressed the button. And for me, if you press a button or a right trigger all the way down, then you should go at 100%. But you had to proper smack it down. And it just, it fucking hurt your hand by the end of it all, and you'd have numb fingers with pins and needles. But it just made for the whole experience to just not be pleasant to drive.
Is 8.1 seconds.
So once they got rid of that, that was all good. They also, I know the Sony games specifically, and EA to an extent, their AI drivers would drive exactly the same speed, exactly the same race, everywhere. And so, there would be no variation in where people would finish, unless you pre-customized the grid. But even then, they're all running to exactly the same delta. So, oh shit, Hamilton's fourth. So you would still have problems with that. So yeah. You just be watching people just go back to the same positions again, which is a shame. Oh, we're going to lose the podium, aren't we?
Start videos in 2008. Not many people did retro gaming back then. As a kid growing up in Xbox 360's time, the angry video game me.
I didn't take it seriously then. I think what I wanted to do, because I started a few different projects then, because I had a website for music and then I wanted to do one for games because they're my two big passions.
Our gap to our teammate is 7.8 seconds.
And
Got me into retro gaming.
oh, hang on. Got me into retro gaming. Ah, cool. Yeah, so what I found was everyone was busy talking about games that everyone already knew, but whenever I'd go round to people and I'd be like, oh, what are you like, and this, that, and or what games do you like? Oh Christ, that was terrible. Wave goodbye podium. Everyone would just talk about the same games, so you would just have everyone putting up videos of Call of Duty, or Medal of Honor, I guess it would have been back then. and it was also the same time where I was doing broadcasting for sim racing. So I'd commentate for various leagues, and those races were broadcast out live and then uploaded to YouTube. So it kind of made me go, right, well, I'm already fronting different leagues and getting, not exposure necessarily, but it gets you used to talking on camera or doing different things. I want to make a YouTube channel where I can catalogue all of the games that I've got and tell everyone about unusual games or games that people don't talk about all the time. And that's kind of what made me start the channel, to be honest. It also, I think, helped me with my expectations because it's been running for nearly 10 years. We've only just got to 5,000-ish subscribers. And it's because no one is searching for niche weird games. But obviously this game doesn't count.
Moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
But yeah, I hope that people either remember, oh god, I remember playing that as a kid. I'd say the comment that I see the most on every video, or on most videos, is this game was my childhood. And it's almost like some people feel guilty for wanting to still play those games again, and I'm in my mid-30s and I'm more than happy to break out the PS1, stick in a bit of Bishy Bashy Special or something like that, and have a whale of a time. And I think more people should be comfortable in doing that. So if it kind of makes you go, oh crumbs, I never even knew that game existed, it looks really stupid, let's buy it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, if it helps someone, then it makes me happy. I also know it's not exactly ever going to blow up into a massive channel because of what I do. No Hamilton. This could be a very interesting last few laps if I can hold him off, but I don't think I can.
Oh. There's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one? Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Oh dear. We are not.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Keep current.
Copy that.
We don't need to pit. This is fine. Is Hamilton out? Sorry, Lewis. I didn't necessarily mean to hit you off
Okay, some
there.
information on the signs.
Oh.
It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Oh, Carlos, baby. Oh wow, that tyre wear. Alright, we're going to have to be very, very, very ginger around these last 4 laps.
is 19.8 seconds. Okay, distance to teammate, 4.2 seconds.
Come on. Come on, Schmiffy, we can do this. So diving back onto like niche games and stuff like that, some of the things that I've now got, because I've got more serious, especially now that I talk on camera, because the first like 3 or 4 years I was just uploading game footage and game trailers, but then I was approached to monetize the channel, so I had to get rid of all the game trailers because they aren't actually my work, which is fine, but it does make me quite sad because like the Playboy Mansion trailer for PS2 had over 1 million views. So when you delete it, you lose that 1 million views, and I was like, ah. So yeah, I lost 3.8 million views in one day. I was like, oh, delete.
There's 3 laps of
But it's worthwhile because it meant that
gap to the car in front is 14.4
I'd say
seconds.
each month I get about £35–40, and then that lets me buy a couple more games to play. But now that it's serious, or I'm more serious about doing this, I'm very happy to plough that money into the website, which I keep saying that I will kick off, but it's just timing of it all. But I've been busy working with a couple of indie developers and games developers so that we can then actually start doing podcasts about how games are made and stuff like that. So it's not going to be just watching me play games very averagely. And even if that has got a reminiscent factor to it. I want it to be a bit more around creating a community for helping other games developers get going. So we'll showcase like developers playing a bit of game and we'll talk about it, that kind of stuff. And then when Dreams comes out on PlayStation 4, because that is a complete game kit, essentially, I want to be able to work with people to create little mini game experiences and stuff like that. So plenty to come. And that's also why I run a Patreon account, just in case people feel like they want to drop in and get support and then help me out with this channel, the website, the music website I run. I run a website for disaster movies called ilovedisastermovies.com, which is very low frequency. It's only once a month. I find a film that is about disasters and review it with drinking game. And I also make my own music as well. So, in theory, it all comes together. He says.
Okay, gap ahead is 16.7 seconds.
Alright, I think they're going to be okay tyre-wise. Good.
This is your final lap of the race.
Yay! Didn't think we'd make it. Oh well.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
I hope everyone forgives me for the amount of flashbacks and carnage I caused in this race. It is Monza though. And it is a celebratory day. And if anyone is watching live, once this race is over, the stream will go dead for about 2 to 3 minutes tops. and I will be back with the next game to live stream as I see if I can get to 5,000 subs by the end of the day. Thanks YouTube for the cleansing of deleting 20. Literally for 3 days before I do the stream to celebrate 5k. Well done, Danny Rick. Ocon's my rival though, trust him to be second. I'm very delighted that he is. Yay!
Great drive, great drive. We're really happy with that performance.
Thanks, Jeff.
So another fantastic victory for Red Bull today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, the safety car completely changed the race, didn't it? It's hard to say exactly what would have happened without it, but there's no question that they came out of that situation in a good position.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes.
Ooh, that's a bit of smoke blowing there. Oh, I wish that was a real podium.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, my driver of the day was Nico Hulkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend.
Hey.
There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So, good job by Ocon. We do very well. The 3-4 for Renault. Red Bull 5th there for Verstappen after the win. Massa in the points for Williams. Kvyat gets scores again for Toro Rosso and Sainz does not. Lol for Perez. Magnussen, Grosjean did a second stop, as did Stroll. Just at the points. Oh, McLaren were quite close to points. Sorry, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, and he got a 5-second. Oh, did they judge him as being the drama? I wonder. And the two Saubers all on their own. And lots of retirements. Let's take a look at the stand-ins. Oh, Ricciardo leaps ahead of Verstappen. Aston Ocon leap ahead of Grosjean. Hulkenberg jumps up to 13th. Nice. I'm assuming, yeah, we did leapfrog Mr. Haas up into 5th. Nice. Williams down in 7th, having a torrid season. Oh dearie me. What happened on the race director? Oh no! So so Hamilton got a stop-go penalty for smashing into Carlos Sainz. Oh dear. Tusk. Right. Let's advance. Because I can't remember if there's a classic little free lapper that happens after this or not. God damn it. Ooh, everyone loves this all of a sudden. Nice. Ah, I knew there would be. Right, do we want... Oh, we've got to go for the Bahrain short overtake challenge in the old cars. Let's do that. So let's round off with an invitational event, then we'll dive off to a new game. Since people seem to like these invitational races. What should we play next? What should we play next? I have a few games in mind. Quite fancy something cinematic. Overtake 12 opponents in 4 minutes 20 seconds.
I always go to this gaming event called in Margate, Kent. I don't know how far you are away, but it's amazing. Thousands of retro console.
Hang on, I shall have a... Oh, Margate. Margate's not too far away. I'm in Harlow in Essex. I'll have to have a look at that. I do love a little bit of retro gaming love. Because there's a few retro gaming markets that's around in Stratford, but it's really retro gaming is great and annoying all at the same time, because normally people that sell retro games know what price things they think should go for, so like it is quite difficult to get a bargain really, really easily. So you're a bit like,
On today and tomorrow. Every year.
Oh, it's a yearly one. Oh, okay. Crikey. That's annoying. Well, I'm streaming all day today, but tomorrow I'm on a date. somehow I've managed to snag a date. So I don't think I'll be able to go. Do you know what? If we could just go play some games. Well, they might be interested. They're going to have to be if they're going to date me, to be honest. Otherwise, they're just doomed. They'll never see me. Might as well just marry my controller. It's the thing I've had my mitts get on the most. Oh, Honda. We're not going to do the target, are we?
PlayStation 1 and 2, Xbox 360, and PC games, I always go to the local charity shops. They don't know what they sell.
No, that's true. That is true. Either that or some car boot sales where you've got like kids that have then become teenagers or teenagers that have now become adults, and the rest of their family is like, you don't need that, and they've been nagged to basically sell them. So yeah, because if you actually go to like conventions and stuff, quite often they already know what it is. Occasionally you get a good bargain though. I was at Hyper Japan, I think it was last year or the year before, can't remember, but yeah, it was someone had clearly mispriced what game was it? Let me have a look. It's behind me because it's a PS1 game. Panzer Front on the PS1, a tank racing game. Oh, have we had it? Oh,
Looks like one of our development parts didn't fare too well in testing. I've put it on hold for now. You can restart work from the laptop. We're going to have to go back now and make some adjustments in order to get the final numbers looking more like we were expecting from the simulation.
no! God damn it. We don't have that many resource points. Oh, we will do by the end of this session though, so it only pushes us back once. Ferrari improve, as does Toro Rosso. So yeah, cool. Right, so that is the end of this specific game stream. If you are sticking with me, there will be another game in about 2 to 3 minutes time. I just need to nip to the loo, get some snacks and a new crate of alcohol by my side, and then we'll be back with some more stuff. Not sure what we're playing yet, so stick with me, and if not, have a grand rest of the day. Take care all. Bye.
No problem.